Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. My hormones make me a nutcase.
Hello, hello.
Hope you are all doing well. So, we are starting up a series of doing short podcasts. So, just quick, snappy, informative ones that you can just listen to. You've got a short journey to work, or you're out on a quick walk, or you are eating breakfast, whatever it is you want to do. And we're going to try and not waffle on. We're
Yep, no
keeping it
waffling from
short and
us.
sweet.
We are. We're gonna try. We're gonna try. Yes. So, focus today is on um nutrition and weight loss. Okay, so quick tips around nutrition for weight loss. All right. So, first one we want to look at, massive one for most people, is you want to look at the amount of protein that you're getting into your diet. So look on your plate, look to see what is my protein, what is my carbs, what is my fats, but focus on that protein element because that will keep you fuller for longer. The less amount of protein you have, the more hungry you're going to be throughout the day.
Definitely, definitely. Make sure you're getting like a fist size of protein. So getting two eggs, or like a full chicken breast, a fillet of fish. Just a proper, good, decent size amount of protein. If you're having like Greek yogurt for breakfast, have a decent amount, especially if you're going for like 0% fat, because it is quite low in calories, but it is going to help to keep you full. Um, but make sure to pair it with the other foods as well, like Aimee said. Your fiber, your fats, your carbohydrates as well. But yeah, try and get with your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner. Get your protein in with each meal, a good fistful with each meal.
Absolutely. Next one, use smaller plates or bowls because it's so easy, right? When you've got a big plate to be like,
Mm,
oh, I'm gonna fill this, and then you fill it, and actually you're probably overeating half of the time.
yeah, definitely. And so many of my clients actually say, I bought a smaller plate, or I bought one that's like divided into what you should, the portion sizes for each. But actually, if you're having a smaller plate, but you're filling that up, it looks like you're going to have a big portion, but actually you're kind of tricking your brain and you're eating less. So it's a really, really good tip.
Yeah, absolutely. Super. Oh, we're flying through these. Right, the next one, stay hydrated, right? If you're not
Yes.
hydrated, then again, you could be thirsty. Like you have no idea sometimes, like actually I'm not hungry, I am thirsty. And actually drinking before you eat as well is gonna fill you up. So you're less likely to overeat and you're gonna realize, oh, actually I am full up rather than eat. And a lot of people eat quickly as well, so they don't realize that they're full. Like, so have that bottle of water with you, have a glass of water with you, drink it before, like 20 minutes before you eat, and then have some to drink whilst you're eating as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it can affect a little bit of digestion, so be careful. But having it beforehand is absolutely fine. And like you say, it's a good one to kind of make sure you're not overeating. But also, drink enough water helps with weight loss as well. It's going to help with the digestion, flushing everything
Mm.
through. Say if you're eating higher like salty meals, things like that, it's going to help to flush out all that extra water retention and stuff. I think often when people think about water retention, you think you need to drink less, but you actually need to drink more to flush it through. So, yeah, really, really key one to stay hydrated for sure.
Yeah, and your body needs water to function properly, right? Your cognitive
Yeah,
function as well. If you're not drinking water, sometimes
yeah,
people don't drink water, and I think, how are you surviving? I haven't got
I
drink water for
know.
like 10 minutes, and I'm like, I need a glass of water, like,
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
function. My gosh.
definitely. Um, Next one, avoid drinking your calories. Do you know,
Mm,
so many people, and you're probably the same, that I
yeah.
work with, especially things like coffees, like lattes. Oh my God, if you're having like a large caramel latte with full fat milk, you could be drinking like 400 calories like in one drink. And that's like a whole meal. So you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, if I don't eat that much. But then you're having three of those in a day, that's 1,200 calories. And say
Yeah.
your limit is 1,600 calories. If you're only, say you're eating 800 calories, you're still going to be over because of those three drinks. So
Mm.
be really, really mindful of, yeah, you could just swap the milk over. If you're having sugary drinks, swap them for sugar free. Even smoothies, people, if you're adding like peanut butter and protein powders and all that stuff in, again, you could be racking up quite a lot of calories. So, and it's easy to drink, and then you're going to get hungry quickly as well. It's not going to keep you full.
Absolutely. So if you're doing that, become aware, right? Have a look at how many calories are in those things first. And then realize, oh, actually, okay, maybe I could have one a day rather than four a day. Like, don't necessarily cut it out completely if you enjoy it. Like you say, either do your different swaps or just go, right, I'm going to have one a day, or I'm going to have three a week instead of like however many you have in a day, because that will make a massive difference. People don't realize how much they're drinking in terms of calories.
Yeah, so true. So true. The next one, fill your plate with loads and loads of vegetables.
Oh my God, I scream about this all the time. This one.
They're low in calories, but they're high in volume and fiber, which is going to keep you full. And they've got loads of lovely micronutrients in as well, which is going to keep you healthy. It's going to keep your body functioning well. So, like we were saying about making your plate smaller, but actually, if you don't want to do that, just whack on loads of veg. Like, there are two types of veg, which I'm not going to go into too much detail. You've got your low starch, your non-starchy, and your high starch. So high starch are all the things like your potato, sweet potato, your pumpkin, peas, corn, all of those kind of things. Have less of those, but then all your other stuff, your broccoli, your courgettes or zucchini if you're from Australia, mushrooms, onions, peppers or capsicum, all those kind of things. Have loads of those. Just, it doesn't matter if you have too much either, because
Absolutely. And they've got like a high water content too, so they're going to keep you hydrated as well, right? So and like you say, less calories on a plate, so you can have way more of it. Volume is key when you're looking for fat loss. If you can get a higher amount of volume in, you'll turn around to us and go, oh my God, I've never eaten so much in my life and lost weight, right? Because you can eat more of that and it's satisfying. And when you can see color, this is a massive point for me, and this is what I scream about to all of my clients as well, is make it colorful. Because the minute it's not colorful, it looks boring and you are not going to want to eat it. Whereas if it's got all the color, each different color does something different. They all have specific what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know.
Vitamins?
Yeah, they all do something different. Yeah. Basically that, right?
Nutrients.
That was what I was looking for. They've all got different nutrients in them to help the body work and function better, right? So the more color you get on your plate, the better, the more you want to eat it, the better it looks, and the better it is for your body.
Definitely. And it's good for the microbiome in your stomach as well. The more diversity you have, the healthier your gut is going to be. And your gut is actually connected to your brain, and that, so your mental health and your physical health are also connected. So color is key.
Color is key, absolutely. 100%. Now, also, alongside being like that, I always say to my clients about being aware. Yeah. So things like boredom eating, mindless snacking, emotional eating, they're massive things within the nutrition industry, right? Are you eating a slice of bread whilst you're making your dinner because you're really hungry? Are you picking at your kids' food because they've not finished it and you don't want to waste the food and you think, I'll just have a couple of chicken nuggets? So those couple of chicken nuggets could be a couple of 100 calories added on top of whatever you're eating in your day. Are you sat down at the TV and watching whatever you're watching, but actually you're eating loads of crisps and you're not realizing how many crisps you're eating, or you're eating loads of chocolate because you don't know, you're watching TV, you're distracted.
Definitely.
So cutting out the mindless snacking will be a massive thing in most people's lives, because the majority of people do it.
Absolutely. And if you want to snack, portion out your snacks. Like, if you want to have some crisps, like, portion them out into a bag or a container or something like that. Or, if you want a bit of chocolate, buy smaller chocolate bars. That's what I always do, is just have smaller chocolate bars, because it feels like you're actually finishing it, but it's a smaller amount. So it's more satisfying than opening a whole pack and then like, oh, I'll just have a little bit more. Or like you say, you're just sat in front of the TV and then you're just munching away. Before you know it, the whole big bag of Doritos is gone. So yeah, pre-portion your snacks out if you want to, have have some kind of snacks.
Absolutely. Um, Look at planning your meals. Again, another massive one because planning is key, really. If you want
I
to
think it's key.
see the most progress you're ever going to see, you need to plan. Like,
Mhm.
now this doesn't mean you have to plan the whole week. It doesn't mean you have to have every ingredient in your cupboard. Like, it just means you know what you're going to do. So this could be your meal for the next day. So you could cook something tonight and make extra so you know you've got some for tomorrow. Whether that's for your lunch tomorrow or your dinner tomorrow. That is already planning, right? You know you're going to get two portions out of that.
Yeah, yeah,
You could be like, right, I know I've got most of this stuff, maybe I just need to get a couple of other things. It doesn't, you don't have to just go all in and be like, right, I have to have everything in front of me, because so many people then go, well, I'm not going to do any of it because there's too much to like even think about. 7 days, that's too much. You might decide
yeah.
you're actually going to shop halfway through the week and go,
Mhm.
right, I can do up until Wednesday, I'll shop Wednesday, and then I can do the rest of the week.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And for me, I like to just have the same breakfast every single day. Like that doesn't bother me. Like
Yeah,
like
same.
some people maybe it does. Some people like to have a bit more diversity. I love to have diversity in my dinners. Lunch again, I just kind of do the same things on rotation because it works. I like it. It's colourful. It's good. So that's fine. So maybe it's even like, or even if it's two breakfasts, then you know that for the rest of the week I'm going to go with my yogurt and I'm going to have my oats, and then you just alternate between those. That's easy
Mm,
done, planned. Have a few things on rotation for lunches, especially if you're going like into an office and things like that. But then maybe make it a little bit more interesting for dinner if that's what you like to do. But like you say, cook extra or batch cook and then freeze it. So you could do that every week. And then before you know it, you've got quite a few meals in the freezer. Then you can alternate throughout the week. You don't have the same thing for a few nights in a row if you don't like to do that. So there's all those things. But having a rough plan in place, even if it's like Monday to Friday, and then think about the weekend at the end of the week, or even if it's like 3 or 4 days in the week and then have another think about it. But
mm.
like you say, planning, organization is key.
Absolutely. I find like sometimes I will cook my protein. So like maybe I'll cook a load of chicken and then I'll be like, right, what can I do with that? What have I got in the cupboards? Right, I'm gonna have a chicken salad. One night I'm gonna have chicken pasta. The next night I might have chicken and rice. Like I know that sounds boring, but actually obviously halfway through the week I might change the protein. I might cook two proteins, but that makes it easier for me because I hate cooking and I cannot be bothered. I don't want to spend hours at the cooker or whatever. So I just make sure I know what my protein is and I know what I've got in the cupboards that I could mix it up with. And like you, I eat the same thing pretty much most of the time. I mean, I live on eggs and omelets. They're quick and easy, and bang loads of different salads with it, and then it makes it interesting.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
Just
Um,
don't overcomplicate it. People overcomplicate
no,
it and think you've got to have something different
yeah,
for every meal. Yeah, don't overcomplicate it because you do not need to
no,
do that.
no, definitely not, definitely not. And even if it's like just trying one new recipe a week, if you want to try something new and keep it exciting, just try one new thing each week.
Mm,
Have some things on rotation, have some nice easy meals, maybe try one thing, maybe on a Friday if you've got a bit more time, or the weekend if you've got a bit more time, depending on your work shifts and stuff. So you don't have to just, stick to the same thing. But yeah. Anyway, next one. Limit ultra processed foods. I think it's good to remember that a lot of foods are still processed. Like if you think about a can of chickpeas, they're still processed, right? Because they're in a tin. But
Yeah.
actually having a chickpeas from a tin isn't a bad thing. Like so, we're talking about ultra processed foods. They're the things that you want to have less of. Stick to more of the whole foods. Um, so I suppose yeah, it is like the crisps, the fried deep fried foods, even things like protein bars. They're often ultra processed. Lots of stuff in those. All that kind of stuff. High sugar foods, your cookies, your cakes. That stuff we want to limit. They're the things that
Mm.
aren't as nutritionally good for us.
Yeah, if you look on the back of a packet, if it's got like a million of things that you do not understand what it is, it's probably ultra processed, right? So key
Mm-hmm.
here is to fill most of your diet up with single ingredient foods, i.e. an egg, an avocado, an apple. There's no ingredients in that apart from what that is, right? So just try and get as much of that in as you possibly can. So go like 80-20, yeah, then have like 20% processed, ultra processed stuff, because we still need to have the stuff we enjoy in our diet, but actually they're not going to make you feel great. So
No.
if you want to feel better, have all the single ingredient stuff. And actually, the more you do that, the less you'll want the ultra processed stuff. And then when you do have it, you'll eat it and you'll go, God damn it, I feel like crap. I need to go back to eating how I was eating with all the single ingredient foods.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a good way to do that as well, like if you like to have, say, something like a protein bar, a little snack bar, or something like that, like make your own. Like, I
Mm.
honestly love protein balls. Protein balls are my favorite things, or energy balls, or whatever you want to call them. And I love to have a little bit sweet after my lunch every day. So probably once every 2 weeks, because I make a massive batch. I just make a big batch and I change the flavors up each week. But it's so easy. All you need is like oats or dates and a bit of honey, maybe the nut butter. I could do peanut butter, almond butter, cashew butter, whatever it is. I put a few chocolate chips in there just for an extra little bit of sweetness. We don't have to do that, but there's so many different ones out there. They literally take like 10 minutes to make, and then you've got that healthier snack. You still get that bit of sweetness. Um, so yeah, just a good way to skip out on all those one protein bars and things like that that you buy in the shops that just aren't the best.
Absolutely, 100%. Better for digestion too. Not the
Mm,
protein bars, your own stuff.
yes.
Better for the gut. Cool. Eating slower. I mentioned this earlier actually, and eating without distraction. So the
Hmm.
quicker you eat, your stomach is not going to realize it's full. Whereas if you eat a bit, spend some time, like actually eating that food and thinking about it. Well, I mean, you don't have to think about it if you don't want to, but a lot of people like to be like, oh, what does this taste like? How does this taste? Does this taste nice? You know, those kind of things. The more that you spend sitting there and enjoying it, the less likely you are to then go, oh, I need more. Because actually, by the time you
Yeah.
finish it, you can understand when you're hungry, when you're full. Not when you're hungry, when you're full. My God, my brain does the opposite of what I'm trying to tell it to do, I swear. Um, and like sitting with that afterwards as well. Like, don't go and rush up and get more, because actually, you might need to just sit with that for 20 minutes. If after 20 minutes you've drunk some water, you've gone maybe walked around a little bit and thought, oh, actually, I'm still like really hungry, then maybe you do need some more.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And there's so many times when you're saying like eat without distractions. Say I've had to have a really quick lunch for some reason. I've bought a sandwich and I eat it in the car. My brain doesn't really process that I've eaten that sandwich because
Mm.
I mean I don't know whether driving and eating a sandwich is illegal or not, but it just do you know what I mean? You're like concentrating on the road, and I'm like I feel a bit full, but I don't feel fully satisfied because I haven't actually just sat there and really enjoyed it. Like I love to sit in my kitchen at the breakfast bar. I might put my iPad on and watch something, but I'm kind of really taking in and really enjoying my meal rather than just doing something else. And it just it's more satisfying. I feel the fullness. So yeah, I think it's really important to slow down, really be present and enjoy the
Mm.
meal.
I love going to sit out in the garden. I turn my phone over, put it onto the side, and I just sit and eat my dinner with the lovely view of the garden. That's, yeah,
Nice. Nice.
absolutely. Right,
Um,
last one then.
yeah, last one. Last one.
Tip number 10. Trigger foods. Don't keep them at home. Now, you can if you've got good self-control, or if you've got to the point where actually you can have those things in the house and only have some of them. But if
Hmm.
you really struggle with something like, I don't know, a pack of digestives, if you really struggle without like with not being able to only have one and then put it back in the fridge, then for now, to start with, don't have it. Go
Yeah,
and like, say to yourself, right, if I want it, I'm going to go walk to the shop. I think I've said
yeah.
this before. Once I walked like 2 miles for some shortbread because I really freaking wanted some shortbread, and the first shop didn't have any shortbread, and I was like, God damn, I'm going to find a shop. And I obviously really wanted shortbread because I will not walk for stuff like that normally,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, like make it so you have to go and walk for it if you want it, but yeah, or no, just don't have it in the house if you
Just
really
don't have
struggle.
it. Yeah, it's not worth it because it's going to be you're going to be, whatever you're doing, there's going to be that little voice in the back of your head going, have this, I'm calling you, come on, come and eat it, I'm here. Like, it's just going to be there all the time. And then you might go have a little bit, and then you've got the taste for it, and then you might want a little bit more, and then it's just going to spiral and spiral and spiral. So the easiest option is just not to have it there. And like you say, if you really, really want it, it's not the end of the world, drive to the shop. Sometimes I really fancy, I have dark chocolate in the fridge, and then sometimes I really just want a nice, different flavored tasting chocolate bar. And if I really want it, I'll drive down to the shop and I'll get it and I'll really enjoy it. But most of the time I'm like, don't really need it, don't really want it, can't be bothered. But if I do, I will get in that car and I will drive there. So yeah.
Absolutely. And I think, oh, you triggered me to think, yeah, triggered me. Ha. You made me think of something else as well when you said that. Oh, bugger. Now I feel like under pressure because this is a quick one and now I can't think of it. Yeah, anyway, cool. Oh, food things, right? So if you had an apple on the table and a chocolate bar on the table, which one's going to win? The chocolate bar will always win.
Oh yeah, always.
Yeah, 100% because it's not any easier than an apple. Actually, it's harder than an apple because you have to open a chocolate bar. But
yeah.
Your brain goes, oh, that's more pleasure, where actually the apple's better for you. So things like fruits and that are never going to win over chocolate and cookies. So don't have them, and have like bowls of fruit out in front of you. Have these things in front of you so you can see it, because if you can't see it, you're not going to eat it.
Oh, the amount of time I've bought fruit and I put it in the fridge and then I've not eaten it. Whereas if I have it out in my fruit bowl on the side and I visually see it every day, that fruit is gone because I'm like, oh yeah, I've got that, I'm going to have it. So it's so true. Have it visible, have it there.
Yeah, have it somewhere you can see.
Don't have those foods, chocolate and stuff out on the side, because otherwise
there won't be any left.
No, exactly.
And you won't hit your results and you won't get quick weight loss. I mean, if you're happy without quick weight loss, crack on, put the chocolate bars out there. But if that is your key and that's what you want, don't do it.
Yeah, for sure. And that is it. We will wrap it up there. I don't actually know how long we've been talking for, but I feel like that was definitely quicker than our usual ones.
It definitely is. 100%.
Well, we hope you found that helpful. If you do want to reach out to us, email us at contactempoweryoufitness@gmail.com, or message us, or go onto our social medias and reach out. We're always happy to help. And yeah, we'll keep it short and sweet. That's it from us today, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Catch you later.
Bye.